Hello again, everyone. Just thought I'd do a quick update on my Series 3 station wagon, which I showed, I think it was the last video I posted, or second last video I posted. Anyway, not a lot to update at this point. I haven't done much, mainly because of funds. I don't have the monetary capability to do anything at the moment. What you can see down on the right hand side is there's a washer bottle, but there's no washer lines or tubes going up to the bonnet, and I think there's only one hole in the bonnet that they had a washer squirter coming out, so I need to get one that has a single squirter. So they don't sell Land Rover. That's not a Land Rover one, I don't think, anyway, that's in there. So there's nowhere I can find where you can get a genuine Land Rover washer bottle. So I'll have to hopefully get something that's aftermarket. It's a general fit, and see if we can get the right squirter nozzle at the end. Up the back there, you'll see there's a plate. There's actually two plates riveted on there. When these came out in Australia, they had an optional heater. You'd sit there and think, well, why would you have an optional heater? Well, I suppose they thought, Australia's got a milder climate than the UK, therefore, we can charge for that extra item. I've got a heater coming for that. Someone's wrecked a vehicle of the same era, and so they'll be supplying me with a heater. The heater doesn't work like the normal Series 3 heaters you see around, which has a hole in the side of the panel there, and draws the air in from the side of the panel and into the cabin. In this particular case, the heater actually draws its air from inside the cabin and blows back into the cabin. So a completely different heater that is normally supplied on a Series 3, so therefore it's quite rare, and I'll be very lucky to actually get a hold of one because it's surplus to the current owner's needs. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that, but there's about 75,000 miles on the clock on this one. I'm assuming they're genuine miles, it seems about right. So all the gauges work on this. My alternator is shot, I think. I've got the charge light on all the time I run it, so I think it's due for a rebuild on its alternator or something of that nature. I'm also getting no reading on this amps meter here, so that would suggest that perhaps the alternator is dead. The oil pressure dial works, but it's only showing a very low oil pressure, and I suspect that maybe because I've actually had it on idle, I haven't really noticed it. But anyway, we have to assume that that's maybe not working quite right, so we'll check that out anyway. But I think the oil pump is fine. I don't think there's any problem with it. Certainly doesn't look that there's any problem. What's interesting is down here you'll see this big switch here, and it actually neutralizes the circuit in the landing, so it effectively disconnects the battery. And so I'm assuming they've put that in there to stop any potential Land Rover wire fires or the tendency of Land Rovers to leak current so that your battery goes flat. So anyway, that's been put in there. So I've got it actually isolated at the moment. To start it, I have to remember to flick it over to the other side, otherwise I'll be wondering why I've got no power. And I have done that, and I have wondered about no power. So there you go. All in all, the car's pretty good. The dash is typical of a Series 3 dash in Australia. They were never meant to be in the sun, and they crack. They crack very badly. I might be able to get another dash for it at some stage, but I'm not really that fussed about it at this stage, because I want to use it as a daily driver. Well, it may not be a daily driver, but it'll be a vehicle that we use for going away in. We've got a little old caravan too, we might tow that with it. So it'll be I'll be slow on the road if I'm towing that. But interior wise it's pretty good. Lining's all holding up really well. Everything's really nice inside. Can't complain at all. Yeah. So I'm really happy with it so far, or still. even though I haven't done the things that need doing it essentially, which are the alternator and the water pump. The water pump is shot. I think I've mentioned that in the last video. It's got a lot of movement in the bearing, so that needs to be replaced. And rather than rebuild it, I'm going to replace the whole thing. I don't know there's much more I can talk about. It's all pretty solid. I haven't, I've gone through it. I don't like where the wheel carrier is on the back. It's very low, and I believe on these older vehicles they're all very low, so much so that you can't put a tow bar on it. So I'll be probably carrying a wheel on the front, on the bonnet, and removing the wheel off the back, which is a bit disappointing, but that's what we go with. If I can get a door with a higher wheel mount and a later model door, I'll do that. But at this stage, I'm stuck with what I've got. Anyway, I hope this was of interest to you. Not terribly exciting stuff, but nice little things for me to contemplate. If you like it, please put a like there, and please subscribe if you want to get more updates on this car or other pieces of machinery I've got around the place. Okay, see you.